Good afternoon, this is Dr. Do again. This video is quarantine special edition video number 31. Today I'm going to talk about a condition called deep vein thrombosis, abbreviated as DVT. Why I brought this up? Because currently a lot of people are in the quarantine and sitting, or even though you're working in the office, you still sit for a long time. And that imposes the risk for DVT because one of the causes of DVT is long-term immobilization, means you do not move for a while. First of all, what kind of condition DVT can cause warrant an emergency visit? If you know or you don't know or do not know, or if you have it or you do not know you have it, or you just the lifestyle is sitting sedative lifestyle, and suddenly you have shortness of breath, difficult breathing, increased heart rate, may or may not have chest pain, you feel hypoxic, or you can tell you're gasping for air, you feel I do not have enough air to breathe in. So if that's the case, may indicate you have the pulmonary embolism. So that's emergency situation. Again, if you had this, just go to the emergency room. Or you have suddenly have the chest pain. You have DVT or may not have DVT, and you had chest pain. It's not like a minor or a small problem going away by itself. Lasted for a while, regardless of the cause, either heart or the lung. Go see the physician. Go to emergency or call a physician if that's the case. So DVT can trigger the emergency life-threatening situation. So that's why I'm thinking to talk about DVT. Before I talk about DVT, let's talk about the coagulation. I talked before. Coagulation is a complicated process. It's a cascade. Start from the blood vessel endothelial cells or the tissue factors. If there is something abnormal, injury, chronic inflammation on the blood vessel, or bleeding, for example, then the coagulation factors start from number 2, activated, and just cascade, going on until the blood clot formed. Okay, so this is the whole from factor 2 until factor 13. So that's why it's called cascade. And during this active process, there's some cofactors, so like protein S or Leiden 5 factors, something like this. So those cofactors and the coagulation factors work together to form the clot to stop bleeding. But if overreacted, overcoagulated, that causes thrombosis. That's the condition causes the thrombosis. Sometimes this condition is very subtle. So what kind of risk factors for the thrombosis cause the thrombosis? First of all, I talked before, the blood getting sticky, increase the viscosity of the blood, by diabetes, for example, or other conditions like the increased red blood cells, polycythemia vera. So there's a disease because your red blood cells, there's no cause, just you have more red blood cells than you need. So this increase the coagulation, increase the viscosity of the blood, decrease the blood flow, and so then give the inflammatory cell a site more time to form the clot. Then put that way. And other genetic causes I talked before, some factors deficiency, protein S deficiency, for example. So essentially, all of these internal causes may increase the risk of coagulation. The external, like immobility, you take a flight for long, 14, 16 hours without movement, or you just long-term bedriding, or you sit in a sedative life, sit there whole day long working in front of a computer, etc., etc. These are all the risk factors, exogenic, not endogenic, not from internal excuse me, not the endogenic, but the exogenic causes, immobility or such as this condition can increase the risk of thrombosis. What is the complications for this DVT? PE, pulmonary embolism, is one of I just mentioned, because the clot is there, so may broke. Okay, follow the blood flow, lodge anywhere, the brain, the heart, and the lung. So, and if this is the case, it's quite common, because this condition usually, if the depends where the thrombosis, where the emboli is, sometimes it's not diagnosed until the PE developed. So what kind of the warning, the sign indicating that you might have PE? Swelling of the leg, okay, not symmetrical. One is bigger or larger than the other one. Or you know you have the immobility history, take a flight or just had a surgery, bedridden for a long time, and suddenly the two legs are not equal. Or you have the comorbidity of some other medical conditions. And for example, you have the hypercoagulate genetic disease, your doctor already told you, or you had the polycythemia vera, like I said, increased red blood cells for no reason. Essentially, if these are the case, if these are the condition you had, then you need to be alert yourself, make sure, monitor yourself frequently. If you notice swelling, edema, and two legs are not symmetrical, one is bigger than the other one is smaller, if that's the case, then you need to see your physician. Call your physician or go to emergency room. And how to diagnose it? The ultrasound, do the blood vessel ultrasound of lower extremity usually can identify. If not, there's some other advanced technology to diagnose whether you have or do not have DVT. So take-home message for this DVT is modify your lifestyle. Even though you're sitting in the computer, you're supposed to work in front of the screen all day long. Nowadays, pretty much everybody take the job. A lot of people just sitting there, do the writings and computers and programs, etc. Once in a while, to move your lower extremities, or you just by moving toe itself, is squeezing the calf, the muscle. So the squeezing the muscles, the calf itself, is to move the vein. Okay, it's just like the vein embedded between the muscles. So if your muscle contract, it's like automatically to move the to squeeze the veins, so the promote the blood flow, decrease the risk of DVT development, as well as if you take a long-term flight, get up and walk, or if you sit there, just do simple motions of your feet or your toe, or you squeeze your calf by yourself. So all of these seems very simple, easy, but it could be very effective to prevent the DVT, especially for those long-term immobility, long hours, and every day just not moving there. So if you can do this very simple, easy movement, can really, especially for those high-risk people, genetic defect or protein S or latent deficiency, this kind of disease. If you have it, you know what I'm talking about. So these, I'm sure your doctor already told you how to prevent and how to, whether this is effective or there's some other effective way. Probably you're on the blood thinner, medication. If that's the case, that's a different story. I'm just talking about the general population, not move a lot. So these small tricks might help. So that is the video for today, which is DVT for general population. I hope it helps, and particularly for those overweight, hyperlipidemia, diabetes, other comorbidities or hypertension. So if you had this long time sitting there, find a way to move your toes, move your feet to decrease the risk of DVT. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.